Tell us about how the season's gone so far. The Mavericks 9-1-1, ranked second in the country, and just picked up a nice sweep over Ferris State, of course, in the midst of a 9-game unbeaten streak. Won our last 6, and we got to go to Bemidji here to play those Beavers. Tell us a little bit about how the season's gone for you and your teammates.
Yeah, I mean it's been a different season, obviously, with kind of just going day to day, week to week, with not really knowing what's going on, and just trying to focus on the day at hand. So it's definitely been different, but we've come together really well. We've handled the adversity really well, and we've got a great group of guys. And as you said, we're feeling good about where we're at right now, and I'm excited to play Bemidji again this weekend.
First question for you is shutouts are usually kind of a big thing for goalies, but you've had so many of them that they've always become routine. Tell us a little bit about this groove you're in right now, in which you're not allowing any goals, including racking up all these shutouts.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think shutouts are their team shutouts. There haven't been any that I can think of that have been, where I've had to do it all by myself. That's for sure. So, I think you saw Saturday how many shots Wyatt blocked, and that's everybody. It's the whole team. Guys were blocking shots with 30 seconds left in a 4-0 game. So the buy-in defensively from the whole group has been awesome, and I definitely appreciate it.
Talked about the team shutouts and the effort that the guys put on in front of you. Relative to that, your team's known for a strong young defense. Sometimes that leads to a game where you're not too busy, as was with the case in Game 1 last weekend. What's going through your head in one of those nights? Is easier or harder than a night where you're seeing 25 or more shots in a game?
I think it can be harder sometimes. I mean, it kind of depends on the score. If it's a tight game, you start to get, a little cold back there, and the game's tight and you're kind of waiting to get involved. But I think since I've gotten here, I've learned how to deal with those games. How to stay focused, what I need to do mentally and physically to be ready for when the action does come my way.
I think a lot of people know a little bit about your background, with your dad being a former NHL goaltender and being your goaltending coach.
Yep.
The fact that your name is Dryden and you wear number 29 is not a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people know that, but how about other goalies other than your dad and other than Ken Dryden that maybe you try to emulate, maybe you look up to, maybe model your game after?
I mean, I've always liked, I think growing up, I was a big Carey Price and Braden Holtby fan. But I think ever since I've kind of gotten older, I've started to focus maybe on the younger goal or the smaller goalies, like, Halak or Saros in Nashville is a really good young, small goalie. And, Jonathan Quick's a smaller guy, but I don't think anybody can really play like him. So just kind of try to watch the smaller guys, since I'm a smaller guy myself, and see how they're able to have success, at the highest level.
Circling back to the shutouts, Dryden, not necessarily the focus on those, but one away from the WCHA record, and you're closing in on, tying for second. And then, of course, Ryan Miller's 26 shutouts is in front of you there. Do you think about that at all? About maybe kind of legacy you're establishing here with the Mavericks?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be lying if I said it wasn't in the back of my head, but I don't think I think you do kind of go into the game, hoping every goalie wants to get a shot every game. Obviously the goal is to not give up any goals. So, but all that really matters in the end is getting the win, whether that's 6-5 or 1-0. I'm happy with either.
Let's talk a little bit about how you ended up at MSU. I think you had committed to another school before and decommitted and ended up coming here. We're playing in the USHL. Obviously, your dad's from Edmonton, I think, and played in the Western Hockey League before playing college hockey in Canada. But you're an American-born kid. You have this in your background. How did you end up playing in the U.S. junior system, and then how did you end up playing college hockey, and specifically college hockey with the Mavericks?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just moved my way up the ranks. I was fortunate enough to make a NAHL team as a 16, 17-year-old, and played 2 years in that league, and then ended up kind of bouncing around a couple different teams. I ended up sticking with Madison, the USHL, and that's kind of when I started to get the college attention and started the recruiting process there. And I committed to another school. Things didn't work out, and MSU kind of stuck with me the whole time. And when it was time to make that decision, it was a perfect situation as far as the goaltending situation and the school and the location. And I definitely didn't have any reason to say no to come in as MSU.
How much pride do you take in the success of the program right now? You're with, the team is ranked second in the country. Of course, during your time here, we had so much success, Dryden. How much, as an individual, is it the type of thing that motivates you in trying to keep on going with what the program's at and maybe taking it even to higher levels?
Yeah, it's been awesome. We're trying to build our legacy here, and we're hoping to be, that team that raises more banners in this rink, and hopefully at the end of the year gets that first NCAA win, and hopefully three more after that, and we can raise that final big banner here in MSU.
Talk a little bit about your teammates and specifically the defensive core and your relationship with those guys.
Yeah, it's been great. We have the four guys coming back that played a lot last year with Wyatt and Carroll and Jack and Reese, and Keto and Livingstone have been huge for us. They've stepped into those roles, and they've played every game, and they fit right in. They definitely look comfortable out there. They look like they don't look like freshmen for sure. So it's been great to see them gel so quickly, and we haven't missed a beat.
I'll ask one more question here, but if anybody online has feels that I haven't covered anything with Dryden here that they would like me to still ask, type it into the chat feature there, and I'll try to get it in here. You get a chance to go back to Edmonton at all? You still family on your dad's side back in Western Canada, Dryden?
Yeah, my grandparents are there, but I don't think I've been there in a couple of years. Probably been 4 or 5.
A couple of years. Did you follow the Hartford Whalers growing up?
I did not. No, no. I think they were the Carolina Hurricanes by the time I was even really knew what hockey was.
Okay. All right. So, any final thoughts? Time for one more question with Dryden here before we sign off, please. How about Bemidji State? And what I'll ask you about the Beavers this weekend, what we have in front of us. Of course, we still, we're in the sprint towards the end of the season now, Dryden. It seems kind of crazy, but that's the reality where we are. And the Beavers always give us a tough go, especially in their own rink. What's it going to be like playing against Bemidji State this weekend? A team you faced already this year.
Yeah. It's always a grind against Bemidji. They're very similar to us. They play hard defensively. They got some weapons up front, and they play well at home. So they're on a bit of a roll right now. So it's going to be a good test for us on the road here, and hopefully send a message for how it's going to be the rest of the year, and kind of begin that sprint to the playoffs here.
Okay. You're in your junior season. We're not done with our junior season left. You do have another year of eligibility left. What are your thoughts for post-college relative to your hockey playing career?
I'm not really sure yet. I'm kind of just focused on college and doing as well as I can here, and let the rest of that take care of itself.